everyone. This is R. Wheatley 0206. Yes, this thing is recording. If I appear to be a little annoyed, there's a good reason for it. I already made this video once tonight. Well, at least I thought I did. But it turns out that when I got done recording this entire video, I found that I was not recording at all. So, so anyway, I'm doing it over. Tonight's video is going to be a haul video, and I've got a couple of announcements to make as well. Nothing bad, nothing bad. Okay, so to start off with, as you know, I've got my rename my channel contest going on. I started it, I think, November 27th or somewhere around there, and it's going on till the 28th of December. So all you have to do to enter is go to that video that I did on the 27th, 28th of November, whenever I actually put it up. I think it might have been the next day. So anyway, go to that video. You have to be a subscriber. You have to like that video. You have to be 18 or older. And all you have to do to enter the contest, other than those criteria, is leave a comment on what you think I should change the name of my channel to. Okay? So, that's all you have to do. Alright? So, I've got 19 people so far, which I'm really happy with, that have entered the contest and, you know, suggested a name or names. Some of them have suggested several different names, so, and you can do that. That's fine. Not a problem with that. And I did have one person that done a video. So, Rayman the Silencer Man, I believe. So anyway, I wanted to read off the list of people. This is the people who have entered my contest so far. And so at the same time, it's also a shout out for them as well. All right. So first up is Unruly Simeon. Next is the Gray Man. And then the Boy Who Had 7 Talks Comic Books. Our buddy Matt. Super Russ 9000. James, I'm going to say Galagos, or I'm probably butchering that name, and if I am, I'm sorry, but that I'm just kind of going by the way it's spelled. So, the next one up is Metarog. Then, From Heroes to Icons, Comics Altruism, Chris Lackey, Simple Simon, Rayman the Silencer Man, BMCQ98, The Hoosier Nerd, TH Comics, Mark Spector, Funk Off, Fishin' Freaks Comics, Pages, Films, and Plastics, and The Dark Knight Detective. Those are the people that I have found that have left a comment on my video and are subscribed and so on, that have entered the contest. If you entered and I didn't read off your name, please let me know in the comments below. I'm sure I've got everybody on the list, but, you know, there are times when things don't get into your comments that are supposed to, because I know the last one, when I was going through, I decided to refresh, you know, do the newest first, and when I did, it popped up a name that wasn't on the list before. So anyway, that's my contest. It's over December 28th. I will pick a winner after that, and just remember that I'm going to pick someone from the contest. I'm going to pick the one that I like the best, whether it's the one I use to rename my channel or not. Even if I don't rename my channel, I'm going to pick my favorite on the list from everybody who's entered, and that's the person who will win the contest. But it may not be the name that I choose for my actual channel name. In looking through some of the suggestions, I've thought of a few things of my own too, and so I'm just kind of going about it that way. But there will be a winner on this contest, so that's that announcement. Now, next up, things are getting extremely busy for me right now with Christmas coming and everything. I'm going to have my oldest daughter's family coming up, and they're going to be staying with us, I think, from the 21st till the 25th. And then we're doing our Christmas actually on Christmas Eve. So, and then my sister and maybe some other people, some of my other brothers and sisters are coming up on Christmas Day. So I hopefully get to see them, and they're coming up to see my mom and dad for Christmas, which lives right next door to me. So, so and then me and my wife, we like to, make candy and cookies and desserts for the Christmas holiday as well. So last night she made her Buckeyes. And then I usually make the peanut butter fudge, and I usually make Divinity. And then my wife, she may make some more cookies or whatever. So we kind of work on that stuff together and get that done. We had to finish cleaning up the room that she's been working on. In fact, one of my videos, you could actually hear her sanding in the background. I didn't realize that because the room that she's redoing right now is straight across the hall from mine. And so she was in there working one night when I was making a video, and you could hear the electric sander that she was using on the woodwork. So we've got the woodwork stained. I should say she has the woodwork stained because she did all that. We've got the walls mostly prepped for painting and wallpapering. But we've run out of time since my daughter's coming up to stay with us, and that's the room they stay in. So we had to stop on the room. We've got all the wallpaper off. We've got the walls, repaired and mudded and then mostly sanded, but they still need some work. And so we decided it's time to stop, get the room cleaned up, and then we'll get back on the room after Christmas. So it's been a lot of fun, but just a lot of things going on. And so that being said, this is Tuesday night. I hope to get this video done if it continues recording and try to get it up yet tonight, but I'm not going to have time to pull things together to get my weekly comic book artist spotlight video up tomorrow. So so this week there will not be a comic book artist spotlight video. Now next Wednesday is Christmas, so between now and then I'm going to try to get a video together for my comic book artist spotlight so that I can put it up on Christmas Day. But I definitely won't have it ready to put up tomorrow night. But hopefully I can get things together and have one for next Wednesday. But if not, there may be 2 Wednesdays that I don't put up the comic book artist spotlight. But we'll see how things work out, because if I can get the video put together and all I have to do on Christmas Day is upload it, then I'll go ahead and upload it Christmas Day. And I think I might actually be able to accomplish that. So we will try, okay? I don't want to, hold off too awful long on it, but I just got to get through the Christmas holiday and everything, and then we'll get those videos going again. So that's my announcements. I bought a bunch of books. I went back to the antique mall and picked up several more books. So I've got books from the antique mall. I got books from last week's LCS haul. And then I just yesterday got a bunch of books in from Midtown Comics. So I wanted to go through those and show those to you guys tonight. So to start off with, we have Detective Comics number 589. And this is, a lot of these books are newsstand copies. And this happens to be a Norman Breyfogle cover. And it's, you know, the book's in really good shape. So I'm real happy about that. This is from August of 1988. Now, these are probably backwards now because I've already been through them and shown them to the camera, which never recorded anything. So now I've got to do it again. So this one is DC Comics Presents number 65. This is a I can't remember his name's, is it Greg Morrow? I don't remember. But anyway, his last name's Morrow, M-O-R-R-O-W. Very nice book. And most of these books are in really good shape. And a lot of them are newsstand copies. Some of them are, you know, direct editions. But this one here, DC Comics Presents number 62, is a direct edition. And I don't remember who did the cover on this one. But anyway, there you go. Superman and the Freedom Fighters. Yeah, I'm not sure who did the cover on that. Okay. DC Comics Presents number 18. This one, I can't think of the guy's first name right offhand. His last name's Andrew. A-N-D-R-U. I can't remember his first name. But anyway, it's him, and then Giordano also worked on the cover. I think Giordano done the ink, and Andrew done the penciling on the, for the, you know, for the cover. Okay. And I picked up another DC Comics Presents, and this is number 14. Also done, oh no, Giordano is on this one, but the other one is Dylan. Oh, man, I can't remember his first name. But anyway, DC Comics Presents number 14. Very nice copy. And most of the books that I got from there are really nice. There's a couple of them that's not great, but they were pretty cheap, pretty reasonable on price. I'm thinking, you know, maybe a couple of bucks a piece for those DC Comics Presents. And then this Who's Who, the definitive directory of the DC Universe. This is number 1. Aquaman on the cover. And these are, most of these are wraparound covers. So, very nice copy of that. Okay. And then I got this World's Finest number 284. This is not a great copy at all. It's pretty beat up. It's got some water stains on it. It's got a spine roll in it. It'll be a nice one to play with my press and to do some cleaning on. I picked this up thinking I didn't have it. I've done that twice because this is the third copy of it that I have. So, but this is probably the worst copy that I have. Like I said, it's got a spine roll in it. It's got some watermarks on it. You know, so it'll be a good candidate for a cleaning and a pressing. Which reminds me, I think I've mentioned probably on a few occasions that I've been doing some cleaning and pressing, and yes, in that order, because you don't want to press a book before it's cleaned. But anyway, so I've been doing some dry cleaning and some pressing on books. I've actually done it for a few other people as well. A guy at work, he buys some comic books off eBay that's got spine rolls. Actually, some of them had significant spine rolls. But that being said, I found a book on Amazon. Somebody actually wrote a book about cleaning and pressing comic books. And I thought, you know, because I want to get as much information as I can, because right now, I mean, I'm just kind of going by I'm watching some videos on YouTube. You know, I've been doing that for over a year. Just here and there, I'll watch a video on somebody showing how they press or how they clean a comic book and so on. And I'm applying those techniques that I get from information on the internet. And now I've got this book, and it's confirming some of the things that I've been doing, and some things that are in other people's videos. And it's also giving other ideas that seem pretty significant. So I'm looking forward to getting through that book, and then getting back into doing some I've only pressed 2 or 3 books in the last month probably. So and cleaned, of course. And you always want to clean your books before you press them, because if you don't, you can permanently set that in the fibers of the book by heating it up with the dirt being on it. So you don't want to press a book until you've cleaned it. So anyway, that being said, we'll move on with the books. This is The Weird, number 1 from April of 1988. Very cool looking book, and there's 2 reasons I bought this book. Number 1, this guy right here is on it, Batman. And the other thing is, it is a Bernie Wrightson cover. I think I might have 1 or 2 other books of that title, but this one here is Secrets of Sinister House, number 18. Now this book isn't in great shape. As you can see, it's got a collar breaking crease, if I can get my hand over here, from here all the way down to the bottom. Okay, and it's got a couple of other ones across, you know, well, actually across this side, I think. But anyway, it's a very cool cover. It's not in great shape. It's probably, I don't know, maybe a 4.0, probably at the highest. It's probably more like a 3.0. But anyway, it's 3.0, I mean. So, but it's a really cool cover, and I really like these older 20-cent horror comics, so to speak. And and I think I only paid $1 for it. So yeah. And you know what they say? Better. Oh, I lost it. Better low grade than no grade. So then we picked up Demon number 1. I think this is from volume 3. Very cool looking cover. Hot 32-page first issue from volume 3. I think it was volume 3. Because volume 1 came out, I think, in like 1972, if I remember right. And then I don't remember when volume 2 came out. And then this is from July of 1990, so. Okay. Simics and Rodier, I think, that's who signed the book on the edge there. Not real familiar with those two artists. Something I probably ought to look into. You know, and I've told you guys before that I like to collect books that are a little bit off the beaten path or something that you don't just see all the time. This place over in Marion, this antique store, they have a lot of that kind of stuff. You know, the painted covers, you know, like the Mighty Samson that I showed you in another video. This here book, I've never seen this before. It's a free preview. It says, "Who will win? You decide." And down at the bottom it says DC versus Marvel Comics. Very cool looking book. So I wanted to pick that up. It's only probably maybe 8 or 10 pages. It's a fairly thin book, but it's in really nice shape and it's different. So next one up, Batman Incorporated number 8. This is the third printing. Yeah, third printing. First printing had a white background instead of a black background. And if I remember right, the second printing had a red background. And then the third was black. So I picked that one up there. And this book is in really good shape. Of course, it's not that old. June 2013. So yeah. Pretty cool book. This is Batman Annual number 4 from November of 2015. This has a Sean Murphy cover. I'm not super fond of this cover, but you know, it's okay. It's Batman, so and it's an annual, and I got it for $1. So yeah. That would be from Volume 3, Batman Volume 3. Is that right? Am I thinking right? Batman Volume 3? Because Volume 1 ended before Rebirth, and this was after Rebirth. This should be Volume 3. Now, here's another book that I found there at the flea market. And it's, or not flea market, but the antique mall. This book is in really nice shape. This is called, this is a Marvel comic, by the way. The Life of Christ series, The Christmas Story. Something you don't see very often. And the perfect time of year to find something like that. Very happy to have found that. Very happy to have found a lot of these books because, you know, this next one, and I don't have very many Whitman comics, so getting this one was pretty cool. Even though it's not in the greatest of shape, this may be another experiment on the press because it does need to have the cover pressed. It's got a collar breaking crease in it. The staples are intact, but it's got a little bit of a spine roll, and the paper's just, you know, it's not real smooth. So I'd like to do a good cleaning and pressing on this because, for one thing, it is a painted cover and it has a flying saucer on it, which is really cool. This is Tano and Kano, the Jungle Twins. And of course, being a Whitman, it don't tell you what issue it is, but it is a 25 center. Really like that cover. All right. And I picked up another Mighty Samson. This is also a 25 center, and it's another Christmas book that they had there. And as you can see right here, there's a collar breaking crease right there that's real noticeable. So I definitely want to give this one a little bit of a press too, I think. You know, actually, I'm not sure if I'm going to press it or not. It's got a lot of spine ticks along the edge, which they're not real deep, but they're there. And the staples are, you know, in good shape, and the book lines up pretty decent. So I don't know, I may go ahead and press it. It depends. But I really like that book. Now, this is really interesting. I found three different copies of Moon Knight. These books were all sealed in what appeared to be the old style, kind of a rubbery, thick comic book bag. It didn't have a board in it, but they were in these bags, and the bags were sealed. So, you know, they didn't have the flap on them. They were just sealed, and it looked like somebody had used a seal meal or something, you know, and it sealed the edge of the cover, or of the bag, and then the rest of it was shaved off. So these three books were in those, and I've been wanting to collect more Moon Knight books anyway, ever since Metarog kind of told me that Moon Knight was kind of like Marvel's Batman. So, you know, I had to start getting some of these. I haven't read very many of them, but I have been picking up more and more of the Moon Knight series. But anyway, so I get these books home. There's three of them. I get these books home, and I decide to take them out of the sealed bag that they're in, because, like I said, they wasn't like the sealed bags that would be on like a special series where you get the book and a card, and, you know, and different things like that, and then there'll be like advertisements on the plastic. This was just the clear plastic, and it was sealed. And I don't believe these books ever came that way, but I just want to say, whoever did this, it was pretty smart, because I took these books out, and I'm telling you, the covers on them are perfect. There's hardly a blemish on them. The pages are nice and white. I mean, the books are just really nice. This is Moon Knight number 6. And they are just really nice books. I mean, you can see the corners are good and sharp. You know, there's no creases, no nothing. They're just, and the books are flat. There's no roll whatsoever. They're just really nice books. And, you know, I was really happy to find those. So that's number 6. This one's number 5. Mark Spector Moon Knight number 5. Same deal, you know, sharp corners, nice and flat, you know, nice and square, white pages inside. And these are both newsstand copies, which is even better. And yeah, really happy to get those. Now this one here is Moon Knight number, and I'm saying Moon Knight, Mark Spector Moon Knight number 41. Very bright color, or very bright cover on this one. Now this one's not a newsstand. This is a direct, but very, very nice book. And this, all three of these were in the same kind of condition, so I was really happy to pick those up. And like I said, I think I paid $1 a piece for them. So I was real happy about that. Now, I'm going to go through the books that I got from Midtown Comics. I actually have Midtown Comics and my LCS all stacked together, because when I done the video the first time, I stacked all those together. So now I've got to remember where the separation is. So we'll get into these now. First one up, Harley Quinn number 67. This is the acetate cover. The next several I'm going to show you are the acetate covers. And I'm sure you know what that means, but the acetate covers are a clear plastic cover that does have a little bit of artwork on it, but then when you open it up, then you see the rest of the artwork in the background on the actual page, or on the actual cover that's beneath the plastic. So the plastic will have some ink on it, but there's some area that's just clear. But anyways, that's Harley Quinn 67. Batman number 82, also an acetate cover. This is a Tony Daniels cover. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the Tony Daniels cover. Okay, The Flash number 82. And of course, all this being Year of the Villain, you know, Captain Cold and the Rogues. This is also an acetate cover. And I don't remember now who did this cover. Can't make out the signature on it, so. Next up, The Shape of Elvira, number 4. Very nice cover. Vampirella number 5. The Artgerm cover. I don't generally collect Vampirella, but anything Artgerm does a cover on, I buy. Or I try to buy. Now, granted, a lot of them, when they do the incentive covers and they're 10, 15, 25, 50, you know, those I don't buy. Actually, I will occasionally buy the $10, $12 ones, but not very often. And that one there's not an incentive cover. It was, you know, cover price. So, or no, I take that back. This one was, I think this one was $12 from Midtown, because these are still the ones from Midtown. Yeah, I think that was an incentive cover. There is one coming out this week, number 6. And there is like 5 different Artgerm versions. One of them is a $3.99 version. And basically it's this same picture. It's kind of like a couple back that he did where they had the close-up. Then the next cover was the same, you know, face and everything, the same pose, but you saw more of her. You know, you saw kind of like more of her body, you know, so it's like they backed away, you know, however you want to look at that. So number 6 is going to be the same way, and the regular cover, or the Artgerm cover, it's a $3.99 book, but it's also an acetate cover, so it's got a like blood splatter on the front of it, and then when you open it up, then it looks more like this, except farther away, back here instead of up here. Okay. Next up, Batman 84, and right now it escapes me who done this cover. I almost want to say Francisco Mattina, but I don't really remember for sure. It kind of looks like it could be, but then again, it could be, oh my God, I can't think of his name. I told you. This is what happens when you get old. Mind just fades. At times, not always. Is his name Jae-Young Lee, I believe? I know one of the books I got in here is his cover, but he might have done that one too. I don't remember. Okay, so Batman and the Outsiders, number 7. This is also an acetate cover. All right. Good old Ra's al Ghul, one of my favorite villains. One of my favorite villains, not the favorite, but Batman Superman number 4. Batman Who Laughs. Of course, everybody knows I love the Batman Who Laughs. And this is also an acetate cover. This cover here, this bottom part with this face on it, and I think on around over here, that's the artwork that's on the clear cover. And then the rest of it's kind of clear. That's a cool looking book. Batman number 83. This is the A cover, but I don't remember if Tony Daniel did this one or not. I want to say it's Tony Daniel. I think it is, but it kind of looks like it could be. Sometimes it's a little harder to distinguish, but yeah, we'll go with that anyway. Batman versus Ra's al Ghul number 3. Now, if you remember correctly, and this is of course Neal Adams. I showed this same book, not the same book. I showed this book in another video, but this came from Midtown Comics because I already had ordered it, but then I picked up a second one at the LCS, so I ended up with 2. Oh well, it's okay with me. This one is, now I don't know how this is supposed to be pronounced, but it's RWBY is the letters. I've been calling it Ruby. Now, whether that's correct or not, I don't know, but it's a lot easier than saying RWBY. So, I'm calling this Ruby number 2, and this is also an Artgerm cover. I got this from Midtown Comics as well, because my LCS didn't have it, or at least I didn't see it when I was in there. I ordered this from Midtown, and then afterwards, I was in the LCS to get these other books, and I saw that they had them. So, I'm pretty sure they had sold out the time I was in there before. And then they evidently got more in, but... Scream, Curse of Carnage, number 1. Also, an Artgerm cover. Very interesting cover. Very strange cover. But I like it. Detective Comics number 1016. I don't remember if this was Tony Daniels or not. It kind of looks like it. But anyway, Detective 1016. Now, oh, this one also came from Midtown. This is Jimmy Olsen number 5. And guess why I bought this cover, or bought this book. It's got the Batmobile on the cover, so had to have it. Okay, this is The Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child number 1. And if I remember right, no. Who did the Pope. Pope is the last name of the guy that did this one, and I can't remember his first name. Maybe it's Paul. Paul Pope, does that sound right? I'll have to check, but anyway, I know his last name was Pope. That's the one who did the cover for this one. Okay. This is Detective Comics number 1017. This is Tony Daniels on this one, I know. Cold Vengeance. Batman and the Outsiders number 8. This is the Kevin Nolan variant. Batman, the Batman's Grave. This, I know, is a and I can't remember exactly how to pronounce his name, but it's like Jae Young Lee or something like that. Anyway, he did this cover. And I think this was the C cover for this one. Batman Beyond, Batwoman Beyond, number 37. This is the second printing. The first printing, this is all white, if I remember correctly. All the lettering is white, and in this one it's red. And this is a Lee Weeks cover. I saw the first printing, and I didn't grab it the day that it came out. And then I thought, I got to get that next time I go in. They were gone. So I had to wait for this one to come out. Because now I don't want to pay the price that they want for that one, because that book's went up a little bit. And Midtown didn't have it, so I couldn't order it from them. So we'll see. Maybe I'll pick it up later. This is also Ruby. This is Ruby number 3, and this is also an Artgerm cover. This one just came out last week, I believe. It's also a cardstock cover. I believe the other one was a cardstock cover too, the other Ruby number 2. I believe that was a cardstock cover. And then the last one I have to show you tonight. The Uncanny X-Men number 266. And unfortunately, this is the facsimile book. As you can see, it's got the $3.99 price tag on it. But hey, glad to have the first appearance of Gambit. Even though I really don't know a lot about the character, I just know that's a very popular book. There's a lot of people in the community that are really seeking after the original and have gotten the original. In fact, I think oh, that's awful. I can't remember who it was now, but the Grails Anonymous, I believe it was, got that book for who was it for? And it was a graded book. I can't think of his name. I know you'd know who I'm talking about. He usually wears a ball cap and he's got a beard. I'm sorry, dude. I can't think of your name right offhand, but I can't think of your channel name either. But anyway, I remember, and that was kind of like the first time I saw, this in a graded copy. And then there was a lot of these shown after that, since then, that I've seen in other people's videos where they were really excited about getting that book. And if I think, is that a Andy Kubert cover, if I remember right? I don't remember. Seems like it was Andy Kubert, but maybe not. I'm pretty sure it was, but I can be wrong. It's happened before. Anyway, that's all the books I have to show. Like I said, I probably won't get another video up before Christmas. That being said, I hope everybody has a great Christmas this year. I hope you get to have time with your family and just, reflect. I hope everybody will reflect on what Christmas is all about. The birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So, with that, Merry Christmas, everyone. God bless. And we will see you all next video.